to go now. I think we're good to go now. What's going on, legends? I hope all is well. I hope everyone is rocking and rolling, having an incredible week. Hope you're staying safe out there. Welcome back to another live stream. What a way to end the second month into Miracle. It was definitely a phenomenal way to finish the month. We just fired away off like an absolute turret, and there was just a lot of activity to review. So we got a lot to take a look at. We got a lot to talk about, but as a whole, just absolutely awesome to see the week end and the month end in the way that it did. We just absolutely unloaded like it was nobody's business. So just super excited to get into all of the trading. More so, what I just love to showcase to everybody is just, again, how one-to-one and how parallel the software is in comparison to live markets, and the results of the simulator are one-to-one to what the results of the live markets will be, and that is just insanely powerful. That is absolutely insanely powerful. And right, when you have the ability to be able to drag and drop, create a strategy from scratch, see the results instantly, it completely changes the way trading is as a whole. You don't have to worry about the emotional state anymore, or how you feel, or if your analysis is going to be correct, or if you did anything incorrectly, right? There's so many consistent variables that are required within trading, and the moment one or two of those become inconsistent, then it becomes a domino effect. And so just for me, what I love to just showcase to everybody again is that exact formula coming to fruition. And so, yeah, just again, a phenomenal way to end the month. We absolutely held down the fort. Yeah, let's just jump straight into it. So for those that do not know, we reviewed all the trades that are powered from Excelsius AI that are sent through its service called Miracle. And in these live streams, we take a look at all the trades that were fired away at every day, Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Sometimes they get pushed around a little bit later, a little bit earlier, but we got so many trades to review. Just taking a look here, 18th was the day of the FOMC, so we're going to go that FOMC, we'll go from the 18th down. Just an insane amount of activity. I think maybe 15 or 20 trades from Wednesday into Friday. And we have some crazy strategies coming out now. And yeah, those are just going to only increase the frequency. I need someone to help me doing these live trade reviews soon. No, just it's getting pretty intense. It's awesome. So let's jump into it. Sell USDJPY to begin with. 141.11 on the 18th. This was actually right after FOMC had came out. So I believe, so this was right at 2:15. So we'll go into the 15-minute here just to kind of go a little bit more in detail to kind of just see all the moves, all the legs, and everything that had taken place as a whole. So taking a look here, let's go ahead and just pop on both dashboards, get these bad boys a little bit bigger. We'll get the fractal states involved as well. Shout out to the toolkit. For those that do not know, the toolkit is an automated analytical software that we've designed that automates the entirety of your analysis, just makes the ability to chart and compete on a whole new level. And so, yeah, gotta get my coconut water in. Let's jump into it. 141.11 sells 2:15 exactly. So let's get, not even here. Okay. Let me get my drawing tool real quick. And then we can go into it. Okay. So, boom. First sell happened here, right when that initial FOMC had came out, and we just got this immediate push. Our TPs were relatively small in this, but this did push from 140, 110 as low as 141. So that's about 70 pips from where we did signal. So that was the first push right within here. And we did get that. So shout out to those that did take that. It's super important, and we'll go directly in regards to just this to begin with. It's wildly important that if you are going to trade environments such as news releases that are just going to induce a lot more of volatility, just increase that, you're playing a risk game at a whole new level. And it's something that we always recommend, putting stops to break even if you are going to go for additional targets and try to really run your trades, especially though when you're in news driven environments. Volatility is a lot higher, and it could potentially, what I like to say, trap your mind or create a mirage that maybe you're going to get a grander push than what may actually happen, right? UJ is a great example as of right now. And so, yeah, just very important that you play a risk game in that regard. But then we did get buys literally 3:45, so like an hour and 30 minutes after that long came at 142.24. So this is where the sell had opened up, and then let's see, this is 3:15, 30, and then this is where the 45 had happened. So entry was at right here, 142.41. So we did get this initial push right here, and initially we did push straight through. From this entry 142.24, we did move again, another 50 pips straight out. Great movements, even though the candles look quite short. We did take this initial sell here on UJ, then we did take this initial buy here. Again, if you are going to try to run your trades, it's just super important that you do put, you do play some type of risk management game associated. Then we did have buys again at 9:45. I'll just keep these so we can kind of see them all. And then we did have buys at 9:45, so it puts us about right around here, 143.85. So somewhere within here, we did have another entry, and this is a very smooth entry. We can just see a really, really smooth continued push from this 143. No, apologies, legends. This says 140. This is 142. What are you talking about here, T? Yeah, that signal for is 142.24, and then the next signal was 143.85. So I just must be in the wrong time. Apologies. 143.85. Oh, so we got some fat drawdown for a bit of time. Holy smokies. Okay, and that's fine. So then we took that, and then we did get caught at the top here. And we did have some drawdown. Stops are at 148.44.2, so just basically below FOMC low this trade. So we did go into some drawdown for a pretty extensive period of time. And I actually think, I'm going to go through all of them. I think Tokyo Drift here ended up opening up some hedges as well, some sells within the longs. So yeah, and it did as of yesterday. So while we were in that long and we did get caught here, we did get a signal yesterday at 142.41. What time? 9 p.m. 9 p.m. puts us at like 19 o'clock, so it's like right around here, give or take. 142.41. So I'm going to assume it's like basically right around here. So we did get this initial sell, which was nice, and we did get a straight push down, so that did ultimately hedge some of that. We did get two sells actually. We got that initial 142.41, then we got a 141.93 at 2:30 in the morning. So was that, yeah, so that was actually right in this candle. This was a very quick push, very quick push. Most likely people were not able to take this trade because of how fast it was. Sometimes that happens just in context to the automation, but nonetheless, then you did get a really smooth continued buy. Mind you, this one is still open as we speak. And then we did get one at 3 a.m., 142.98, the smoothest one of them all. And then we did get this grand push that did TP and also did take profit with this trade as well. So just skating the market there. And then we did get continued buys in those movements. We had another buy at 143.44. So that was within here if you did miss that initial surge. And then we did have another buy at 143.80. So that was another one here. And then we just TP'd on all of those. So just great example for you legends just to be able to see in regards to if you do miss some trades, you don't necessarily get a chance to get in. Excelsius is always going to give you that additional ability to go ahead and just attack the markets as a whole. But nonetheless, from Wednesday into Friday, we absolutely destroyed every single leg, 100%. Not just on the FX or UJ side, but we haven't taken a single loss this entire week. And I think we sent close to literally 40 signals. So just super smooth across the board. Cannot deny the software in regards to it all. It just holds down the fort day in, day out, and this is what it's really all about. So yeah, just really smooth in its entirety. Just really good trading as a whole. Shout out to those that did get involved in all of these trades. Once again, this is just from Wednesday into Friday. And how many trades for that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total trades just on the UJ side. Again, that's just from Wednesday into Friday. Then we're going to go into GBP JPY over here because that happened to make an appearance that we actually haven't seen for a couple of weeks. And again, that's the cool thing about having strategies that are on standby, right? Just because a strategy is not necessarily executing right now because it's dormant, because conditions are just maybe not up to par, doesn't mean that it's not still good to go. So GBP JPY, or better known as British Blitz, made an appearance and competed. So what we saw from British Blitz is 2 trades to be exact, and I think we actually have some others as well. I mean, some other GBP JPY trades too. But let's take a look at the 2 British Blitzes in the precision channel over here. And then we'll take a look if there was any in competition. I don't remember. But first one, 189.23. That was it yesterday at 4:15 in the morning. So Thursday, 4:15. So right around here, 189.23. So we did get this initial signal right within here. Just a simple continuation play of this continued momentum. Super smooth play straight out the gates. Shout out to those that did get involved in that. And then we did have another at 190.17 at 7:15 yesterday. And that was... could have been over here. Yeah. Could have gotten caught initially within here. And then when did this end up TPing? Oh, it actually just TP'd within that push. 190.17 was the entry. Apologies. So, yeah, just very short-term push. This one I don't think many people, unfortunately, would have been able to compete in. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you can't necessarily continue with the bias or the trade concepts. Again, let's take this example here. Let's say you do get a signal. And let's say you are unable to get involved, even if it's not a short-term trade, but let's just say in general, you are unable to get involved. You can use the toolkit in tandem with the signal that just played out and say, okay, well, I know that I can't take this signal anymore, but if I want to keep looking for plays, I know that I'm looking for buys because we just had a recent signal that was looking for buys. Let me set up another play. Oh, hello. When this changed color again, just giving indication that maybe, hey, we're continuing out and we're doing a similar play, boom, there you go. And you can just take another trade once again. That's the beauty and context of the toolkit. And you might say, well, I don't want to have to track that trade. I don't have to watch it the whole time. No stress. Just right-click your chart, click Add Alert, and then from there, hit the drop-down, go to toolkit, and boom, just set an alert for when that bullish trend is going to take place. And then you're done. You don't have to do anything anymore. That's the beauty of Excelsius. It automates everything for you, right? And so, nonetheless, that is the whole point behind this. If you use Miracle and the toolkit in tandem, it is nearly impossible to not be aware of literally everything that is going on within the markets. Miracle is automating that entire signal process for you, but additionally, you can also use them as trade notifications and build trades within inside. So, just a lot that's going on that side. But yeah, that was the precision side. And then, yeah, I actually thought we had fired away at more GBP JPY plays, but no, just two. I had thought more, but just two. So that's 9 additional plays from FX from Wednesday into Friday. Knocked them all out. Then no indices, surprisingly, no indice plays. Got to take a look at that because, market's just rallying. And then what are we looking from the 18th onwards? Yeah, okay. So then no cryptos because the last one was BTC. Commodities, gold and silver popped off greatly post FOMC. So let's take a look at that as a whole. So let's take a look at the first trade that gold fired away at, which was at post FOMC, which was yesterday at 4 a.m. So 25.84. Where am I? 4 a.m. That puts us actually 4 a.m. 25.84 was the first trade that we did fire away at. So we can see this was the first one right here. Just super smooth push straight away. So there wasn't much going on in here. You got nearly 10 points that had pushed within there. Our TP was 3. But that was a super smooth play. And then we did have another one come out at 6 a.m. So 2 hours later at 25.91. So at this top actually. So we had another continued entry right here, unfortunately. Did go into a bit of drawdown for a bit of time, as we can see, but eventually did in fact push all the way through. So shout out to those that did take that. And then we also had silver make an appearance as well. Silver made an appearance too. Yes, it did. The Silver Surfer. 31.27. Let's take a look. 31.27 today at 12 p.m. actually. We had an entry. So right here. Very short little push so far. And then that's about it. Not much else I can say on that one. So very small, short term. And then we fired away at one more Tesla position as well. And we knocked that out too at 233.36. No, 236.93 was the entry. We signaled that at 10 a.m. So right here. 236.93 was that entry. And this was a super smooth play too. You can just see how straight move this did have as well. And that tends to be, for the most part, how majority of the miracle signals are just playing out to be. That's what we're just seeing as a whole, is that for the most part signals are designed to just be really pace driven type of signals, and that's what you really want. As I like to say, the extent of how low risk a move is based on just, of course, how much drawdown might be associated, but more importantly just, of course, the counter arguments. But nonetheless, yeah, it was just a really smooth and solid week. And the more exciting thing that I just love to showcase again is the parallel between the software that we have to develop our strategies and see the results instantly, and the one-to-one live market results that everybody is exhibiting. We're coming up on our second month now with regards to Miracle, and again, we had, I think, 13, 14 trades from Wednesday into Friday, at nearly 30 trades for the whole week, 100% success rate on that regard, and more so, again, just maintaining the stats of what the simulated results are, and that's really where the special sauce comes into play. It's having the data. When you have the data, you know, and you can really just orchestrate based on goals and preferences. And it completely just rids out any of the errors or issues that people have with manual trading. I cannot stress it enough. If you are a manual trader and you still suffer with anything emotionally driven or following a plan or even just having analysis issues in and of itself, or needing, support when it comes to strategy, just get into the automation. Just get into that field, because it's just going to showcase you all the data that you need to know. It's not going to give you anything except that and solely that. And so, yeah, it's just very, very important. Last but not least, before we run off, I was literally just saying, it's surprising that we haven't gotten any indice plays that just came out, and actually, Excelsius just signaled a US 30 USD long in here. At 42,160 right within here. So we're going to kind of see if we get this little continued long that's going to happen here. So we will see. But we did just get another signal while being on the live stream. So nonetheless, though, legends, it has just been a really, really smooth and solid just week as a whole, and not much else I can say about that. Once again, legends, just thank you so much for each and every single one of you and your constant support. Just love to continue just to showcase again everything that we're doing here. And there's only more to come. It's only going to get better as time goes on. And so that is going to conclude today's live stream. I do hope you all have an incredible weekend. Remember, these take place every Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Tune in to